I'm Kumar Rakesh and watching Global Governance News TV. Today I'm going to discuss madrasa education, Muslim politics, terrorism, and Bharat. Udaipur beheaded crime park connection, Maharashtra politics and flow test on 4th July, and other news. Now, madrasa education, center of Islamic terrorism. Whatever the history is very old, the last 50 years after India independence, Bharat independence, it has really become a center just to teach the separatist terrorists of the country. As Governor of Kerala, Honorable Arif Muhammad Khan, has said many ways. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Union Minister, also criticized. So, and if you talk about the many leaders who just believe in the nationalism, either Muslim or Hindu, have criticized the education of madrasa. Many Muslim scholars, writers, journalists has written many articles in favor of madrasa education. They are not trying to claim that this is a really not necessary, not essential for the country. Recently, Mr. Sivraj Patil, former Home Minister, also said like that. They are saying whether are not center for terrorism, but they don't know the history and facts actually. The one political party, that is the Congress, always advocate appeasement of Muslims. That not look good. Should not be for the country. And if you talk like that, this is a really uh, center for the terrorism in India. This is national threat. So I'll just give the applaud and the big hand to Mr. Hemant Biswa Sarma, Chief Minister of Assam. He has just banned, closed all madrasa in the state. And recent interview, he said there is no need of madrasa education. Our Muslim boys and girls should be equipped with the latest science, technology, engineering. They should be the doctor, engineer, reformers, but not like the religious leader. No need. This should be the brand ambassador of the cultural nationalism. What a culture is there. So they are not opposed to the Muslim Islam, but he is, Mr. Hemant Biswa Sarma, just opposed and just and against the mother's education. And if you talk like that, government of India help or not, this is a different one, or already helping. UP in the madrasa is going. Sometimes madrasa, the number of madrasa was 88. Now more than 5 lakhs. Most of the illegal. Only the center, AP center for the teach the wrong brief of the Quran, Hadith, and all concerns. And if you see, aftermath of 9/11 attacks in the United States in 2001, researchers, analysts, and policymakers trained their eyes on madrasas. Their initial investigation at the time found that many Taliban leaders and Al Qaeda members had been radicalized in the Islamic educational system that is called the madrasa. In July 2004, a report prepared by the National Commission of Terrorist Attack upon the United States or the 9/11 Commission described madrasas as incubators of violent extremism. They did not specify, say, however, whether any of the 19 individuals who had executed the 9/11 attacks themselves attended madrasa for their education. But this is a matter of contradiction, actually. But following the Secretary of Defense, Donald Rumsfeld, declared that madrasa trained people to suicide killers, extremists, violent extremists. So, subsequently, the narrative around madrasa made this institution easy target of criticism. But this is you will realize that shown that 79 terrorists involved in the 5 worst attack in the Western democracy, only 11% of their madrasa education. So you can say, yeah, this is just trying to turn the narratives by the Muslim writers, journalists, just to propagate the Muslim madrasa education. And Madrasa in Bharat also similar criticism. The student being branded terrorist. Yes, most of them, what are the ulma, what is a alim, they only focus target just to teach whatever written in Quran. There is but only Muslims are born to rule. No any except Muslim, no any maybe friends of yours. You should not go anyway. If you see the other than Muslim, you may kill them. Like that. All the similarity are there. Sometimes it was integral component of education system in India. Now in the education new education policy, government of India has to understand, and my appeal and my request to the government of India and Modi government should understand and analyze there is no necessity of madrasa. If I correctly remember, in 2003, in the Muslim Gymkhana in Mumbai, the very prestigious club, and that time, Human Resource Development Minister Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi was there. I was there to cover the program on a Muslim education, computerization of madrasa. Many protests are there. All the claims of the Hindi film world, academics, about 200 from the country and other than other countries, all are respected Muslim, all Khan brothers, or all film stars, all the vice chancellors, all the bureaucrats were there. At that time, they are trying to accept it, so hesitant to accept the computerization of madrasa. But some Chakaria was there, and he said, "Okay, we'll think on to accept it." So I was witness of the incident. So we can understand they don't want to be connect with the modernization, trying to be now, because they'll be the part of the development. So that's why Himant Biswa Sharma did like that. They're facing many institutions with financial despite need of reforms, but they're not reforming. And they call the poor family, but there is same education system. This is part of that. In 21st century, most of the madrasa schools are around adopted scientific curriculum, but not more. And they are claiming they increase the employment. And according to Ministry of Minority Affairs by India has 24,010 madrasas, which are 4878 were unrecognized in 2018-19. Unofficially, it is claimed that only one organization, Jamaat Ulama Hind, has 20,000 Devbandi madrasas in northern India. And madrasas India, Bharat, is largely run by the private religious sects. 6 states, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Bengal, and Assam is now banned now. Large number of state funded, but now no funding. And I think government of UP and other states would think just to ban the madrasa. No need. So I think whatever example is there, such a committee report also reported on that. And I think what is clear from there, that should be changed. Funding should be stopped. And because if you go in deep in study, how they are teaching, if there is any commission set on that, what madrasa, what type of education they are giving, all will be exposed easily. I am telling you. So this is a fact. And madrasa has been unfairly, some saying the link, but this is somebody saying no, most of the terrorists are the college degrees, but first they are the brainwashed in the madrasa first. So there is new narratives trying to form that in advocacy for madrasa by many leaders also, many journalists also, many media person also, written books and all that. So there is many articles in support of madrasa, but I don't agree with the all inputs, whatever they are trying to do. And some also played the role of freedom struggle, but they are not like that. Structural issues also. And recently, last days, 2 to 3 years back, Sia Center work board chairman Wasim Rizvi, Madrasas in India, harbor terrorism in country, may appear relevant apprehension given the global Islamophobia, harbor the analogies modern terrorism after war and terror has transcended boundaries. So it is a really so full point raised by me in letter to Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi on January 9 as well. It's such as some mullahs are primarily responsible for breeding ignorance and unemployment in society. But the genesis of our crisis reside where there is a structural violence of minorities, especially Muslim, and they're claiming once with millions, but the figure is so disputed. So I'm not going that. On the other, my life needs more spotlights being the blaming the victimized or the savage. And that's a system in India, no doubt, was the primitive model teaching the old 17th century Dare Nizami, which requires timely reformation, but banning them is no solution. But I think this ban. No need of that education. I think because it is. Note that the 4% of Muslim India only attend the madrasa full time. What nonsense! If you want to grow just for the country, if you are a nationalist, go okay, come in mainstream, just like Dr. Kalam, just like Dr. Hussain, just like Ahmedullah, many chief justices. Be a part of that. Many political leaders also. Why not? But not like this type of Devbandi and just like Asad Madri, not like the Obaisi. So, what do I think? I just came before you, and this is also center of the Islamic terrorism, refers to a terrorist act with religious motivation. The fundamentalist militant terrorism incident and fatalities from the Islamic State have been concentrated in the 8 Muslim minority countries: Afghanistan, Egypt, Iraq, Libya, Nigeria, Pakistan, Somalia, and Syria. And four Islamic extremist groups they're trying to expand Islamic State, Boko Haram, Taliban, Al Qaeda, responsible for 74% of all death from the terrorism in 2015. Annual number of fatalities from the terrorist attack grew sharply from 2011 to 14 when it reacted a peak of 33,300 before declining to 13,826 in 2019. So since the at least 90s, this story is spread at the global scale, affecting not the Muslim majority in Africa, but also Russia, Australia, Canada, Israel, India, United States, China, Philippines, Thailand, country within Europe. Such attacks would target both Muslims and non-Muslim, with one study of 80% terrorist victims to the Muslim. But not, this is not good now. The data is not suspicious. So number of worst affected Muslim region, this statistics have been made by the armed and independent intelligence group. So how they are justified, how they begin narratives, this is not good for the country. This is the old 20th century, and many countries are involved in that. How the terminology is there, how just the UK is there. So you have to keep on that. So I think the madrasa should be banned, as Mr. Hemant Biswa Sharma, Assam Chief Minister, has done it. I salute him, and all Chief Ministers should follow how they have done accordingly. So, time of break, after break, we'll come again for the Udaipur incident and Maharashtra development. Welcome after break. Now talking to the Udaipur. How this Udaipur incident is a very the latest one. The large mob outside the Jaipur court they attacked the four accused in the accused murder of the tailor Kanhaiyalal of Udaipur. The crowd outside the court kicked, slapped, hurled abuses. They have been taken to prisoner vehicle after being introduced to court. The clothes of one of the four accused also torn, and the agitated lawyers raised slogan against Pakistan and demand the capital punishment for them. But I demand to hang to death in public place. The rules should be made. The police quickly put the accused in the waiting van and averted major injury. Kanhaiyalal 40 was murdered, brutally murdered, heinously murdered on Tuesday last by two men who filmed the killing, later Riaz and Ghosh. I don't want to put the full name, put another video in which they dragged out the murder and also threatened to target our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. Akhtari and Muhammad were arrested after killing two more people who allegedly involved in the bricks of a Kanhiya shop. And the alleged conspirator to kill him also arrested later. The four accused were presented at the NIA, National Investigation Agency, on order by the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, court in Jaipur today. Their heavy police harassment the court premises, and several lawyers sorted like the Pakistan Murdabad, Kanhiya ke हजारों को फांसी दो, give death sentence to Kanhiya killers. So days before this killing, Kanhaiya Lal had told the local police he had received threats over a social media post shared from the account, apparently supporting suspended BJP leader Nupur Sharma remarks on Prophet Muhammad. And I think so-called the anti-terror providency is investigating the killing of chemist in the Maharashtra Amravati after he emerged, might be linked to social media post support to Nupur Sharma. And there have been so stories like that, how the Pakistan connection also found how IS tried to expand their wings in Bharat. And I think the agencies of government of India and Eastern government should be strengthened, should be well informed to this type of anti-India, anti-Bharat movements and this conspiracy. So all we should be alert now. There is not time of alert, and I think how we are doing, how you do, we have to really alert on that issue. So, and there is a narrative is going on, and we will think they should think on that. Now, the news from the Maharashtra: the real Sena or rebel Sena? Who is real Sena? Who is rebel Sena? At time now, it's called the rebel Sena is the Shinde Sena, real Sena is Uddhav Sena. But now the number is with the rebel Shinde Sena. So I think real Sena is Shinde Sena. So how Maharashtra politics impact on the upcoming corporation election? Here now, when the Maharashtra politics may impact the upcoming corporation election. If Sisena gets less than 90 seats, then it will be really difficult for Uddhav Thackeray to claim power in municipal corporation, as he has lost all claim in Maharashtra Assembly. The number was 55. Now 40 as a claims by Shinde, Eknath Shinde, now Chief Minister. So we can say like that, how 15 you have, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. He also resigned from the Legislative Council. How that was you had get with the just blessing of Honorable Prime Minister and Governor. As you know it, that is a nomination post, not the elected. And you are the Chief Minister, so that was the grace, the real kindness of Honorable Prime Minister and Governor, Bhagat Singh Koshyari. But you forget all things. This may be your character, but so this is not a trait of the Honorable Balasaheb Thackeray, son of Balasaheb Thackeray. So I can tell you, and I think all the Shiv Sena in the majority, on backing Mr. Eknath Shinde, how you have to sandwich the Shiv Sena and the Hindutva in just between two, NCP and the Congress, and how the Hindu leaders were torturing, how they have been just sidelined, how they have been killed. So now BMC election, Mumbai Municipal Corporation. So I think I'm talking now assembly, then I'll talk the BMC election. So and I think in July 4, Shinde Sena will win, and that will be a problem and technical problem and a legislative problem for the 15 MLAs who are with Uddhav Thackeray. What they do, what should they do? Because all the supported the Eknath Shinde, all the parliamentary system and the speaker give the already the recognition to the Shinde Sena after recognize the party of BMC Shiv Sena in uh, Maharashtra Assembly, then the rest will have to bound to vote Shinde. That time it may be the major failure of Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. Now today he has removed Mr. Eknath Shinde from all the posts. No need now because this is number game. And now I talking about this BMC, Britain Mumbai Municipal Corporation, is ready to take place in the October November, which is a crucial this time. The new Maharashtra was taking further after multiple twists and turns, along with 12, 15 municipal corporation election. Zilla Parishad and Nagar Parishad polls are yet to take place. However, looking for the Shiv Sena point of view, the municipal election plays a major role in the Azol party. The first coming municipal poll with BMC, which is Sena's control from 1997. Uddhav Thackeray led Sena shared power with BJP municipal corporation poll in the past. However, it was the 2017 when both parties fought against each other. Thane stand the second municipal corporation as Kalyan Domboli Mahanagar Palika stand for the third spot. And Thane is the area of Mr. Eknath Shinde from Kalyan Domboli is a member of parliament. Mr. Shrikant Shinde, son of Eknath Shinde, elected for the Lok Sabha as per sources. Newly appointed Chief Minister Eknath Shinde stand strong in Thane and Kalyan Domboli Mahanagar Palika. This is probably the reason why Sena has a stronghold in both efforts in corporation. Looking at the past polls, it was 2002 when the election was fought under Uddhav Thackeray leadership. Uddhav saw a ticket distribution on his own, and that was time when Raj Thackeray decided to swerve away from the party as he realized there was no mood to give ticket to his supporters. And after that, he resigned. So this is really the challenges ahead. Uddhav Thackeray really difficult to claim power in municipal corporation. First, I think they have to face the challenges in coming 4th July in assembly, and I hope so. Shinde Sena will win, and he will just complete his term for 2.5 years as Chief Minister of Maharashtra on the plank of Hindutva. That is the first time in the history of Bharat any government gone on the issue of Hindutva and come again on the issue of Hindutva. So we can understand this is the reality, this is the fact, nobody can deny it, and we should praise it how the Hindutva is important for the country of Bharat. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.